Cookup. Good afternoon. We are back again for episode number 6 of the Cookup, and today we are graced with the presence of Donna Mairs. Donna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. We are so happy that you are here. Thank you for coming and contributing to the Cookup podcast. We really appreciate you.
Oh, no problem. It's my pleasure.
100%. So Donna, you are a sales and media superstar. You've been in the game and in the business in South Florida for some time and are among the elite of the elite. So could you, if you would, tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I started out my career in New York City. Okay. I was born in Jamaica. Okay. I moved to Brooklyn, New York, where I went to, I'm the product of public school.
Okay.
So I went to my elementary public school, went to Stony Brook University.
Nice.
And got my higher degree there.
Nice.
My focus was bio. Okay. I thought I wanted to be a doctor.
All right.
And so things change. You know how that is.
Right.
And when I graduated college, I started with this company called Cats Communication.
Okay.
And they were selling advertising time, and I didn't know anything about it.
Advertising.
And it was kind of glamorous.
Yeah.
It was television time.
Okay.
They were selling, and one thing led to another, and I ended up in the advertising industry.
Nice. How'd you get down to South Florida?
So I worked with a company for Clear Channel Communications.
Okay.
And Clear Channel had a rep firm in New York.
All right.
So, there was the general manager for Clear Channel, who had like 7 radio stations down here.
Nice.
Came to New York, and there was a contest, and I won the contest from Miami.
Wow.
And next thing I know, they wanted to find out if I wanted to leave New York to come to Miami. Okay. And obviously I said no.
Really?
I told them I wasn't ready to retire.
Okay.
So after thinking about it a little bit, I thought it would be a great thing to do. I never really left New York, and Miami wasn't a bad place to go. So, I went to be the national sales manager for Clear Channel 7-station cluster here in Miami. That's how I came to Miami.
All right, cool enough. So in the advertising and in the business, what are some personal triumphs that you've had being in the game?
Well, I think for me personally, when I went to work at Hot 105, which is a radio station that I love, and to this day I still love it, I got to really work and develop great talent. And when you work with young people and you see them shine, it actually makes me feel good. So, a lot more people talk about numbers and shattering budgets, stuff which I did. But I think personally, seeing the people that I mentor succeed is my greatest personal, happiness.
Personal triumph. That's awesome. I tell you, and it's interesting we're having this conversation because I was actually one of the people that was able to learn under you when I was working at Hot 105 as well. So, and again, I can definitely speak to exactly what you're saying. Definitely can, for sure, because I was a young person there and definitely did learn a lot.
And look at you now.
And look at us now. For sure, 100%. So, why start in this business? You know what I mean? Why did you think you started in this business?
Again, I think it was just sometimes you go to school for one thing and you totally end up in another lane. And I wanted to become a doctor. My brother passed away from this illness called dermatomyositis, which affected the skin and muscle. And I thought I wanted to become a doctor so that I can find a cure, because I love science and I wanted to go into the research part of it.
Right.
So that didn't happen, and it got steered into the advertising world because I took a job as an intern. Finished college. I need a job just like everybody else, and I worked at Cats Communications as a sales assistant.
Okay. So internship, really?
Yeah, and I did that, and I learned about advertising, And it was kind of fun. It was glamorous. And I saw the potential of making good money.
Okay. Cool enough.
So that's how I started. Nice. So I ended up from that side, and I went to work on Madison Avenue. I was a media buyer.
Nice.
So I worked on a lot of blue chip companies at a big advertising agency in New York. It's called Darcy, Mayes, Benton and Bowles.
Okay.
I was a spot negotiator. So I negotiated rates for the different programming for different clients and negotiated the best rates, put together the best marketing programs for my clients.
Okay. All right.
Then I left that because for me, I'm not one to like sit still. I feel like I like water. I guess I'm Pisces.
All right.
I'm a fish. I constantly have to move. So once I get something under my belt, I always, okay, so what's the next thing?
Right.
So I decided, one day I wanted to go into sales. And so I started working for a company called Interrep Radio Sales. Okay. It's a company that it was a rep firm that repped a lot of different stations.
All right.
In different parts of the country.
Okay.
Big station, small station, big markets, small markets. And I had to know everything about those stations and sell to advertisers, now going back to the agency side, which I came from. So
wow. So you really had to get your feet wet in a whole bunch of different formats, and
right.
That's pretty much how you honed your skills there.
Yeah, speaking about that, Tom Joyner was big at the time, and now that he's getting ready to retire, but I started my career when he started his career wow. in that as a fly jock back then.
Okay. Yep. 25 years strong. Wow. Mm-hmm. That is strong. So I tell you, in your business, could you tell me like some hardships or like lessons that you've learned in doing what you've been doing?
Here's what I learned. I learned that sometimes, life is not always perfect. Mm-hmm. When I was in radio, the industry changed, and I ended up into print advertising. I'm currently now working. I started with this company called Laurel Media. Mm-hmm. I didn't know anything about print, but knowing what I knew about the advertising industry and my clients, I was able to parlay that into the print world. And the difference about print is that you're affecting people and dealing with clients up front. Most of the clients are a little bit either more blue chip, and more local. And it was a different experience considering, people would talk a little bit about why print, Donna, it's no, but here's what I do know about print. It is a traditional form of media, and it still has great content and credibility.
Right.
In a world that is right now big with digital and all of that. My company that I work with now is a digital platform, but print still has a place for our advertisers.
Right. Fantastic. And being a woman and a woman of color in this industry, what advice would you give to another woman or another woman of color that was interested in getting in the same industry as yourself? What advice would you give them?
I would say make sure that you study your craft. That's number one. And make sure that you believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. Develop your own skills. And more importantly, never sacrifice your integrity. Mm-hmm. And I think that's important for, I grew up in an industry where it was primarily men. Mm-hmm. But what I remember doing, I aligned myself with the people that I thought could help me to get to the next level. Mm-hmm. So, size up the room, figure out who are the players that you want to be close to you so that they will be able to take you to the next level. Mm-hmm. And as a woman, sure, you have some women that are having difficulty competing in the society that we are in. But like I said before, be confident in who you are. It doesn't matter, as an African-American woman, yes, but I think right now, I just look at the 5 women that just won the Miss Universe, Miss USA. I mean, I consider myself a leader in our community. Mm-hmm. But I think if you believe in yourself, then that will shine.
Absolutely. And What advice would you give to a small business owner, since I know you've been in the market for such a long time, and I know that you've probably seen like all kinds of businesses, small and large, and you can pretty much tell, you know what I mean? So what advice would you give to a small business owner nowadays?
The first advice I would say is this. If you're going into a business and you are looking to make some kind of presence, make sure that you create that niche. Know exactly who you are and who you're looking to target. If you're a chef, what kind of chef do you want to be? Do you want to be a restaurant chef? Do you want to be a personal cook? Or you want to be a chef that caters to people who have disabilities or illnesses? So find that niche and really stick with that, because that's going to separate you from everyone else. It's called your personal marketing brand. And, in the world that we live in now, there's so many different ways to promote yourself. Obviously, when you start your business, you're not going to have the financial, dollars or whatever. But networking in the right circle is important. Asking your friends sometimes you may have to give away in the beginning, try your skills with friends and family, and word of mouth is still very strong and positive.
All right. Cool enough. And then, we're making this dish, Donna's Amazing shrimp.
And it was amazing.
Yes. And it's a specific recipe for you and your diet. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
So I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease when I was 11 years old.
Okay.
It was quite an interesting thing because at the time, Crohn's disease was usually found in people that were Jewish, Ashkenaz Jews. And so I was one of the first people, or one of the first non-Jewish, but then I know, with DNA these days, I later found out that I do have Jewish in my genes. And so, and it's also very hereditary.
Okay.
So my mom was also later diagnosed with Crohn's disease. So,
okay.
In terms of challenges, sometimes doctors, friends, acquaintances always was going to tell you what's really, really wrong or what you should or shouldn't do. And sometimes I have to drown that out, because I'm sure Crohn's is a very debilitating illness. I've had my shares of ups and downs and long hospital stays. But I never lost hope that I would do well in whatever I decided I wanted to do. So I never looked at it as a disability or a handicap.
Right.
So I would say that, go for your dreams no matter what is put in your way.
Right. Fantastic.
And so, when she decided to do the dish today, I know that I have certain dietary challenges, and so the non-dairy and all of that stuff, and making sure that I stick on the plan. And I think that's been helping me so far, knock on wood. And so that's kind of like how I'm here, or why I'm here. So now,
It's fantastic, because it's good for people to be able to hear and hear your story, and see that you're successful, in dealing with the Crohn's, because you're right. Sometimes you can get sucked into what's going on with you, and then not be able to look at the upside, and the fact that you have been as successful as you are and being able to manage it as well is incredibly inspirational. So
well, thank you for that.
Definitely,
and thank you for this amazing experience and to try that amazing shrimp.
Absolutely. So are there any promotions or events or different things that you are involved in that we should know about, that could take advantage of?
Sure. So I am currently with this new company. It's called Lifestyle Media Group.
Okay.
It's one of the fastest growing magazines here in South Florida, and we do digital as well as events.
Okay.
One of our favorite signature events we do are CEO Connects, where we go to different businesses and we pretty much talk a little bit to CEOs. We primarily focus on C-suite executives, and it's a great opportunity for our clients to come and learn about what we do and how we can promote their businesses.
Nice. All right. That sounds really, really good. Okay. And then in the future, what should we be looking out for from Donna Mairs?
Well, for the future, I would imagine, like right now, I'm trying to get my feet under me with this new company. So in the future, I'm looking to expand my role and helping clients to do well and market their company and figure out how it can be of service to them and to South Florida as a whole.
All right, nice. And what is your so how can we get in touch with you on your social media or?
So on Instagram, I'm IslandGirl21.
Nice. All right.
My email address is dmairs@lmgfl.com.
Okay.
And then of course you can check me out on Facebook at Donna Mairs. I'm sure I'm there somewhere. Mairs.
All right, cool enough. And in closing, Donna, what advice would you give, either personal or professional, to the folks out there to either inspire, uplift, or promote them? What advice would you give? First thing, if you can look right into the camera and say that.
I think the first thing I would do is, again, never believe in yourself. Don't ever get distracted by the noise. I know right now we're living in an environment where there's a lot of noise. So stick with what you want to do, what your plans are, and surround yourself with inspiring people that are motivating and are prayerful and thankful. So those are some of the things that I would say you should do.
And we got Chef Juliana, who is just looking like she's just playing the last piece here. And of course, we have to get Donna's immediate reaction to.
I've been checking it out on the side.
And it's been. I tell you, it's been smelling good the whole episode. So. Yeah. All right.
Okay, so.
Okay, and here we go.
So let me try this one. First of all, it looks amazing, by the way. So good. Amazing.
That's the look that we're looking for. Absolutely.
Very good, by the way.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so stay tuned. For the website where we will have all of the recipes for everything that we're putting up for Donna's Amazing Shrimp. This is your host, Sam Love. I'm here with Donna Mairs and Chef Juliana. You can care for there, Donna.
I almost lost my shrimp.
You almost lost your shrimp. And this is the Cookup, and that is a wrap.